and welcome back to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And today's episode, this is the Travel Culture Week, but we're just talking about culture, I think.
Culture today.
Culture, a little bit of culture for you all. We've talked about this before.
We have, yeah.
It's the identity crisis that people in Europe and the UK think that Americans have. People from the US.
Think being the key word.
Think, yes. It's usually because of the genealogy stuff and ancestry.
Yeah.
And they just think, I'm Irish American, or I'm Scottish American, or I'm British American, or I'm Italian American.
Yeah.
And when they get quizzed on it by someone from those countries, it's kind of like, it becomes apparent that, I've lived in, Texas all my life.
Yeah. And my parents are both from Texas.
Both from Texas, and,
I
might have had a great-grandfather that was born in Ireland or somewhere, It's like, and that's the story I was told.
Yeah.
And, and then everyone's just like, no, you're not then.
Yeah.
You're American.
Yes. We have talked about this before.
We've talked about this.
This subject winds me up no end.
Yes, you can talk about it.
It just winds me up.
Talk about it.
Tell
us about it. Well, let it off. Get it off your chest.
It just winds me up, It's like, and it's, of course, anytime we're talking about anything on this podcast, it's in general. It's generalizing.
Generalizing, yes.
Yeah, because obviously not everybody is like this. It doesn't apply to everyone,
Yeah. No.
Obviously, there are some people straight from Ireland who have American citizenship, who are Irish American, that this kind of argument from, people who live in Ireland would not apply to, because it's like, yeah, I moved from Ireland when I was a child. I am Irish.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you can't argue with them then.
Yeah. But, I mean, I really, yes, I can see that. It's like you moved from Ireland. Say like a guy moves from Ireland as a child. He was born in Ireland, and he moves here, and he's lived here all his life. He's got a Texas accent, everything like that, Mm. It's like people wouldn't ever know if he goes, oh yeah, I'm Irish. I was actually born in Ireland.
Yeah.
People are like, what?
Yeah.
Were you? You don't sound like it.
Like Boris Johnson, the former Prime Minister of Britain, was born in New York City, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he sounds completely British.
I don't know how long he lived over here before he was.
And his parents are British, right?
Yeah.
They're not American.
Yeah, no.
So he was just born here.
I think his father was some sort of like ambassador or something to the US or something. Oh, he was something.
But as of when we're recording this podcast, people born in this country are automatically Americans. Now, that may change tomorrow when this podcast comes out.
Well, they're trying to change it, you see.
But since the beginning of this country, we've had that be a rule. Because the thing is the majority of people in this country are not American.
No, they're from all over the world.
Okay, let's
There's
back
a
up.
kind of hush all over the world.
The thing that annoys me about British people and Irish people and Europeans and whoever, anybody who argues with Americans that, oh, you're not X, Y, or Z, Scottish or
you're not Scottish.
Italian.
You're not Scottish.
Or whatever, The thing that annoys me is that these people in other countries, and it's just true, like, for many subjects on the internet, we always talk about, there's a severe lack of critical thinking.
Yeah.
Before people, like, comment on something on the internet.
Absolutely.
They don't take a beat to think about.
I don't know if it's getting to be. There's less and less people who are falling for it. If you want to call it that. Like sometimes it's like rage bait.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And that's popular on threads. Engagement bait is another one. Where someone puts out an inflammatory statement, and all of them come in and go, whoa, whoa, you know, raging at them. You know, and it's just kind of like, take a beat.
I didn't know people had I didn't know people had chocolate in America.
Yeah, that kind of nonsense, yes.
It's like, really? And it's like, know we had chocolate in America. You know?
Some of them are getting a bit cleverer now.
Yeah.
With the bait, and you know, people have, you know, because they had to be, because, you know, you can't just come out and say, because there's a lot of people, I didn't know they had chocolate in America. What's going on here then?
Yeah.
And so people go, of course we have chocolate in America. Oh, this, and it's just like.
But there you go. That's the lack of critical thinking.
Lack of critical thinking.
To just respond, of course we have chocolate in America. Ugh. It's like, take a second to think about this. Now, did he really not think that they have chocolate in America, or is he just trying to get you to comment? You know?
Comment and like.
Yeah.
For more rage bait. You know?
But, so, when
this episode is rage bait.
So
and engagement bait. So come on.
So when
engage and rage.
When Europeans and when British people and when whoever, you know, I keep thinking I'll say Australians. You never ever see Australians say to an American, "You're not Australian." You know what I mean? I guess you don't really hear too many people go, I'm Australian American, but I'm sure there. I mean, obviously,
I'm Australian American because I was born in Australia.
Or my parents are Australian.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
you never say that because,
it's usually British people.
Australia, you know, that's just British people.
It's usually British people going, you're not really Scottish. Why do Americans say that? You're not really English. Why do you insist on saying that? It's like, you're American. You're American. What is American? I just want to say to each and every single one of them, what is American?
What is American?
What is American? You're telling me that I'm American. You're arguing with me, who knows what my DNA says. You know what I mean? I say that. Some of these people who go, oh yes, like you said at the beginning, oh yes, I'm Irish. Our family's Irish. They haven't had their DNA done, and that's just what the story is throughout there.
Because people were talking about this on a thread, saying, "Oh, Biden's the worst one."
How so?
Blame
Biden.
Not to come off as a Biden blamer here, like certain other people. You know, it's like Joe Biden.
Why? How so? I don't know this.
Apparently, he used to go around telling people he's Irish.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm Irish.
And
yeah. He's got more English blood than Irish blood in him.
Okay. Obviously, that's the thing, is like, unless you have your DNA done by like Ancestry DNA or 23andMe, which I don't think exists anymore. Didn't they go bankrupt or something?
Yeah, there was some kind of scandal. What was all that about?
If you have your DNA done by one of these companies that gives you your full DNA,
spit in the tube.
Yeah. Then you don't know. You only know what stories have been passed down. Like on my grandmother's side, my grandmother, who is largely Hispanic, we did do her DNA. Kind of like, she has DNA from, practically everywhere, but she was always told on her mother's side that they had a line that was Irish. Never forget you're Irish.
Yeah.
She'd always say, never
and
forget you're
sure
Irish.
One of the sisters
my grandfather would
had
say...
a happy St. Patrick's Day in her thing for like ages, but maybe we were just down there at that time.
But she'd say to me, he'd always say, never forget you're Irish. He'd always say that to me in Spanish. Never forget you're Irish. Yes.
He always said to me in that classic Irish language, Spanish, never forget you're Irish.
And I used to just take it, though, because it's like, okay, well, he said that to her. She's not lying, you know. I know my grandmother. She's not, like, making that up. But it never, like, dawned on me till later when I got older, like, why would he say to her in Spanish, never forget you're Irish? Like, what?
It must have been a joke.
I don't know what it is. I mean...
It must have been a joke.
This is getting, like, largely off topic, but, like...
No, it isn't. This is actually quite prescient.
Doing our DNA, though.
I did my DNA, and I knew exactly what I was going to be. I was like, yeah, I I'm prepared for a pleasant surprise here.
Yeah, we haven't looked to see if it's updated recently.
They usually send me an email saying, "Oh, it's updated" or whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, we found out that you're actually from Nigeria.
Well, the thing is the more people that do it, the more they're able to like refine your results, right? And go, because they have more people's DNA to compare it to. So they can get more specific.
They can pinpoint the exact house you were born in.
Well, they know some of your Scottish roots. They tell
they've
you
gone
exactly
straight to the Highlands. Yeah, they know exactly where my gene pool originated from, if you want to say.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, yep, right there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, and I knew I was going to be, I'm like, what am I, 60% Scottish, 70% Scottish?
I could look really quick, actually.
And like, 60% Scottish, like 40% Welsh, something like that,
Let's just have a look at Dominic's updated Ancestry results. Shall we?
This is culture for you. You see, you don't get this live look at things when we're doing it. But no, it's funny that, talking about Scottish American, there was someone on Threads the other day talking about, I'm Scottish American. I'm not Scottish American by birth, but I choose to be. And of course everybody was like, so what? You weren't born in Scotland then? She goes, nope. I was born in the US. And people were like, so you have no Scottish ancestry? It's like, no, I don't. But she met someone and moved to Scotland and lived there for 20 years is ultimately what it was.
Yeah, and got her Scottish citizens, or I said Scottish citizenship. There is no such thing, I suppose. Got her British.
No such thing, except,
citizenship.
Except the Scottish independence crowd are like, yes, there is a thing! I don't know if she got her UK citizenship. Yeah, she must have done. But I think she moved back to the US at some point. But she's like, oh, it's a state of mind. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, she if she's lived there for 20 years, she might have picked up the accent. And it would be funny if she comes back here and everybody's like, where are you from? And she goes, oh, I'm from Alabama or wherever she's from, and they're just like, yeah, sure, hun.
Yeah.
Bless your heart. You're not from here. You're from Scotland. You're from one of those crazy countries I've never heard of.
I mean, do we consider someone who was born here but moves somewhere else and lives there for a significant period of time, gets their citizenship, and then moves back to where they're originally from, can they still say, I mean, that's a kind of a different discussion, I guess. Can they still say they're
I've lived here
Scottish
now for
American or whatever?
I mean, I haven't got my citizenship here. I'm still just a
No,
resident.
So technically you can't claim that you're American.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's like if I got my citizenship, I can claim that I'm American. I can claim that I'm from the US.
You would say you're British American, yeah?
I mean, dual citizenship.
If you're a citizen, you are...
Yeah.
You are,
Yeah, no, I think so too. So far I'm just an expat, which is another dirty word, because it's more you're an immigrant,
Yeah.
You're an immigrant. It doesn't matter if it's like, oh no, I'm only here for 6 months. No, you're living here. Doesn't matter if you're living and working here, so you're an immigrant. And you're going to live here forever.
Quickly, just to interrupt.
Oh yes, going back.
Yeah, so your ancestry, we won't get into mine because I have my
all over
my
the
DNA
world.
is from everywhere. Dominic's is 67% Scotland, and that is the Scottish Highlands and Central Lowlands and the Northern Isles.
The Highlands and the Islands. That's me.
I mean, which is pretty much. You knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I lived up there. I was there. I was there. Yeah, my family's from there.
22% Wales.
Yeah, lived there too.
6% England and Northwestern Europe. So that's a little bit different.
I mean, I lived in England. I was born in England, but
nobody that you know of is English in your.
Oh no, they wouldn't. They wouldn't claim to be English.
But obviously somebody is, or from Northwestern Europe. I'm not sure what. Yeah, that's not going to be.
That could be just because it's that area,
Yeah,
it's the island.
Well, they went. I mean,
it's a small island.
You think about it, they went back and forth, didn't they? I mean,
Northwestern Europe. Yeah, I mean that could be
the Normans,
the Normans, the Danes as well. The Vikings.
That would show up as Scandinavian, though. I think that wouldn't be in this
maybe.
Northwestern Europe one.
I did have some Scandinavian in the very
at
first.
one time, yeah.
So maybe they've just refined that.
Maybe, yeah.
This is fascinating.
5% Ireland.
Oh, I'm 5% Irish now, am I?
Yeah.
So I can go and tell people I'm Irish.
But doing research on that, apparently there was a lot
I've never been to Ireland. That's one of the.
Apparently there was a lot of migration between Scotland and Ireland.
Oh yeah.
So it's like that was, if you have Scottish, you probably got Irish. If you've got Irish, you've got Scottish.
They were always going back and forth in the boats. There was even a giant that built a path to Scotland because he fancied another giant that was over there.
I was like, where'd you go? What
and they went over there, and she rejected him or something. He came back and he smashed up that thing. He was like, no, I don't want to know her anymore. It's Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, that is.
Yeah. In my DNA, who knows where that story came from. You know, it probably originated as the Irish thing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably originated as something else, you know, my grandmother's grandfather's whoever, you know, probably started off as something else, and like the game of telephone, it just got passed on and got changed, and they couldn't remember it later on as they remembered it as Irish, I think it was. Yeah, I always remember you're Irish. That's what they say. You know, because it's like DNA doesn't lie. And when my grandmother was still alive, you know, we gave her the DNA results and everything, and she was very dubious as to like,
don't agree with this.
I'm supposed to be Irish.
Where's the Irish on this then?
It's just
it's like, you know, that's the classic, I think, for our ancestry. It's like, we grew up thinking that we were German.
Yeah.
And so we wore lederhosen and we did all the German things and stuff. Yeah. And I'd come to think, I find out that I'm actually Scottish.
Yeah.
So now we do Scottish things.
So now we wear kilts. And we've learned to play the bagpipes.
And it's just, that's what people in the UK and Ireland have a problem with.
Okay, but that brings me back to my point.
They come and go, I'm Irish and I know everything about being Irish.
It's easy for people in Europe and people in Britain, etc., to argue with Americans that no, you're not whatever, you know, no, you're not Irish, you're American. Well, no, they're not American. American is not a thing unless you have Native American ancestry. They are from wherever. It's easy for British people or European people to say, well, I'm English because I live in England and my parents are English, and my grandparents were from here, and we were from here for generations and generations and generations. It's like, well, that's very nice for you.
Yeah.
to have never moved anywhere as a family. You know what I mean? But like the mere fact that we are in America is because we have come from
someone
else.
migrated.
Yeah. So it's like the lack of critical thinking I'm talking about is these people who argue with Americans. No, you're not. Blah blah blah.
It's a nationality thing.
Yes,
and that's tied to accent as well.
Yeah.
You know, nationality and accent. Where were you born? I was born in Biddly Boing, Alabama. Mm-hmm. You know, let's just say that. You know. And it's like, I'm white, so I was always told that I was Irish, you know, or Scottish.
Yeah.
So, that's what I am. I'm from Scotland, you know, and that's what they used to do in the old days in America, because, you know, the migrants would come over and they go, what are you, Gray, is that a Scottish name? Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, yeah, are you a Scot? Oh, yeah.
Well, you know,
partly.
I mean, you've seen Outlander, You've been to cities here that have Chinatowns or whatever, like New York City, Little Italy. It's just like those places were Little Italy or Chinatown for a reason, because when they migrated over here, they would all stay together.
Yes.
Because we've got our same cultures, we've got our same language, we eat the same kinds of, we're used to the same kinds of foods. You know, we want to hold on tight to that, even though we're in this new place. We want to, like, have some familiarity of home. Yeah.
Even though we hated that place and we wanted to get away from it so much. But yes. The nostalgia is real, you know, rose-tinted glasses on.
It's like, it doesn't make any sense in a way.
And that's what it's become. That's what the stories have been handed down of, like, my grandpappy used to walk in the glens and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, there's people in Scotland who are like, where are you getting this from? This is a Disney-fied version of what happened. And you're probably not even Irish, because Scottish, because you sound American. You sound like you're from Alabama.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So accent, and you were born there. So that's it as far as we're concerned.
Yeah.
You know?
It's funny because some people hold very tight to, oh yes, I am Irish. We've passed down this recipe through generations from my original Irish ancestor, whatever. And then other people in America, no idea where my family came.
No idea.
From. Don't care.
Don't care. I'm living here. I'm just
American.
Living my life.
I'm going to wave my American flag.
I'm proud to be an American.
And screw all the other everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But where are you from originally?
Yeah, but then inevitably those will be the people that will get someone from another country going,
so where are you from?
And they're just like, America. I'm American. My grandparents are American. My great-grandparents, we all been here for generations. And I don't know where we came from before that. It don't matter. We're
I'm
American
a good old
now.
boy.
We wanted to get the hell away from all
cowboys.
Those people, you know, and it's just so funny. It's just like you have half the people in Europe and Britain going, oh, Americans.
And they'll come over there. Yeah, cowboys. Yeah, I've been here all the time. It's like, you're not American. You're probably from England or something, aren't you?
No, and then you have half of them going, you're not Irish, you're not Scottish, you're not Italian, you're not German, you know. And then the other half will be like, when you get there, oh, where are you from? Where are you from? I'm America. You say I'm from America. No, but where are you from originally?
Where are your parents from?
Where are your parents from?
No. Well, it's like that when we went to Spain. You know, we've told this story about 1,200 times on here, but you're going to hear it again.
Yeah, no.
Because it's a good one.
Well, some people want to argue with you that no, you're not Spanish because you're from America and your grandparents are from America. And then the other half of the population in Europe and the UK and wherever, they want to argue with you that no, you're not American. Where are you from before you got to? Because they do in fact realize that America is a country of immigrants.
Yeah.
So they want to get down to the bottom of where are your family from? And the fact is if you have not done your DNA, all you do have is stories. And if you don't have stories, then as an American, you have no idea where you're from.
Yeah.
You just don't. Because it's like, I'm just here. I'm just living my life. I really have no idea.
Yeah.
And kind of, actually, in my family, we didn't really know. I mean, we vaguely knew. We had, like, guesses, especially on my grandfather's side.
Well, you've discovered since that you're from the Canary Islands, haven't you?
Yeah.
So we need to do a Jet2 holiday to Tenerife.
But yeah, no, when we went to Spain, speaking of Tenerife, when we went to Spain, like you said, that woman, we met her at a bus stop or something?
We met her at a bus stop. We were with my dad, I remember, and we were getting a bus to somewhere. I can't remember where it was.
He got talking with her because he was quite chatty.
Yeah, he got talking with her. He sat down, he was like, oh, and she was like, well, she actually just started up a conversation with us, I think.
Yeah.
Because, me and my dad, he didn't generally start too many conversations. He just kind of like, someone started talking to him and he'd just go, yeah, okay, well, start talking. Same as me, really. And so she started talking and he was like, oh yeah, just here. Well, I can't remember where we were going, but she zeroed in on you
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you're from, where are you from? You're from here. Yeah, everyone in Spain was
zero in on
the
me.
older folk were looking at you like,
why are you with those two white guys?
What are you doing with those two white guys?
That was like a... Yeah, that was a culture shock. It was
a bit of a culture shock. Yeah, well, we were in Coen, which was
a very
small town in Spain, in southern Spain.
I got the dirtiest looks I've ever gotten in my entire life.
Your name was either Carmen or Maria or something like that. They probably thought because you're in Andalusia, That's all the women were named Maria or Carmen or,
But yeah.
So yeah, and she was just like, oh, you're zeroing in and you're going, where are you from? And it's like, oh, I'm from America. And you're like, and she went, no.
No,
forget that place. Where are you from originally?
Yeah, where are you from originally? I was like, no, she didn't say originally because I think I would have understood.
No.
I would have understood what she meant. She was meaning, what is your ethnicity?
Yeah.
But she said, where are your... Oh, no. Where are your parents from?
Yeah.
And I was like, America. They're both American. What about your grandparents? And I'm like, American.
No.
Literally. Yeah. And then I realized, she's wanting ethnicity, but she kept saying, where are you from? Where are you from? I said, well... We're from America, like generations back. We're from Texas.
And it's like that everywhere.
But she was arguing with me. She said, no.
No, she was. And I was like, no, she's from Texas. She's from Panhandle of Texas. No. And she was just kind of going, no. It's
thinking back on it. She was probably trying to think like how to reword it because she meant like, are you Spanish?
Are you Spanish?
Do you have Spanish in you?
Do you belong here?
And it's like, yes. Obviously, like, she was looking at me and she was going, yeah, you don't look white.
You don't look white.
She could hear you guys' British accents.
It's like, I know where these buggers are from.
And obviously you look like two white men, But yeah, she was arguing. She was arguing with me. I was like... Yeah, I think maybe I hadn't done my DNA at that time though, actually. And
you were like, you could just say, I'm from Tenerife, the Canary Islands. Oh yeah, that'll be it then. Yeah. It's like, no, it's like this old show, Satellite City that used to come on BBC One. In Wales. It was a Welsh show, and they had this American lodger come to stay with them.
Yeah.
And it was a very Welsh show, and he comes and he goes, oh yeah, and they were like, what are you doing here? I was like, how did you get here? Because you're in a small town in South Wales. What's going on? And he's like, oh yeah, I've really been into the Welsh culture and Gaelic culture, and I've been learning Welsh, and back in the States, I had a Welsh professor at college and he was like, and they were like, oh yeah, Welsh professor. He goes, oh, Professor Morgan. When he goes, no, can't place him. No, the old guy goes, no, can't place him. And I saw that, and the comment was like, yeah, that's the most Welsh thing ever. And it's like, but it's true of everyone. It's like, oh, you had a Welsh professor, did you? It's like, I must have known him then. I must know who he is. Because he's Welsh.
Yeah.
And it's like, people, it's like the same with Americans. Go, oh, do you know the Queen?
Have you ever met the Queen?
Have you ever met the Queen or the King?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it's not. Just because we're all like English or British or something doesn't mean we all know each other.
Yeah.
It's like me asking Mickey Mouse. Or anything like that,
Yeah.
Well, so actually, funnily, I met him last summer. And he's a good guy.
I guess that has to do, though, with just maybe the size of the UK.
Well, the size of Wales, definitely.
It's Wales, like,
no, I can't place him.
But then again, I think unless you've traveled to the UK, you don't really, as an American, realize how small it actually is. You know what I mean?
Well, they used to tout America. I don't know if I think I've reposted a few of those, like, old World War II, like, training videos for American GIs going to the UK.
Yeah.
And it would be like a short, like, informational PSA on Britain. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them would be like, oh yeah, over there, it's overcrowded. There's so many people.
In Britain or here?
In Britain.
Yeah.
And, they'd have, like, they'd have done up this thing where people are like literally like crowding and it's not like the farm back in Idaho, you know, like where you can see for days.
Yeah.
And there's not a soul to be seen. In Britain, they live on each other's pockets, you know, they live in these tiny little row houses. And it's like, okay, that's partly that, but you know, you can still kind of be free, you know, you can still go to a park, but you know, there is a lot of people in Britain because it is a small island.
There's a lot of people, but there's also not. I mean, there's plenty of open space.
Yeah. But, you can go to the countryside and breathe.
But I also get what they're saying. I mean, you've been to small towns in Britain and you've been to small towns here. And it's much more spread out here.
Yes. You know, a small town in America would be... I don't know what it would be like in Britain. What would they would think of it, you know? Because, you know, you've been to small towns.
There's nothing equivalent.
There's nothing equivalent. There's just so much more land over here.
Yeah.
Obviously.
To spread out.
So you couldn't walk, for example, Borga in 5 minutes. But you could do that with Llanelli, couldn't you?
Yeah.
5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
You could do the core bit of it, you know?
But yet, it's like the area of small towns in Britain is a lot smaller than the area of small towns in
Texas or
in
the
United
US.
States, yeah. But
maybe up in like
there are a lot more people.
There's a lot more people.
So yeah, they are more squished in, I guess.
We are squished in, you know, we've got terraced houses and everything, you know.
Yeah.
There's always going to be people around, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, looking in your windows, coughing, raging at night.
Coughing below your window.
Waking you up.
Screaming in a drunken stupor in the street in the middle of the night.
Oh, yes. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that so much over here.
No, you don't.
If you hear someone like screaming or yelling at each other in the night, over here, if you hear that in the middle of the night over here, you're probably going to call the cops because something is going on.
No, in Britain,
it's just like, you just go, close the window.
Close the window. Barry's at it again.
Or you yell out at them, shut up, go home.
Shut up. Who's that? Someone's here. It's like...
Oh my gosh.
But seriously, yeah, no, and another thing about, you know, this is there was this recent craze on TikTok, I guess.
Oh God, yes.
Where
no, you saw it on Reels first.
I saw it on Reels. I saw it on Reels, and I think I saw it on Threads because someone was making a thread about it, going, they call it Black TikTok. Or Black, I guess it would say, the Clock app, and someone was talking about it, but then they're like, Black TikTok has found out, or Black Americans have found out that Black Scottish people exist.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you know, I'm sitting here, you know, going, yeah,
what?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, this is kind of like the same, you know, and, you know, it's like, I've watched a few of the videos, and, you know, from Black creators, because all the white people were chiming in, all the British white people grew up with Tony Osoba on Porridge, you know, he was Jim McLaren, loved him, yeah. And
well, you said what's his name, Doctor Who is Scottish.
Cootie Gat was Scottish,
but he doesn't have the accent, so I guess
he does.
Does he?
Well, he doesn't in Doctor Who, but he can do it, you know.
I guess I've never seen it in Sex Education. He just has an English accent, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, I think you can...
I don't think I've ever heard him speak with a Scottish accent.
I think I have.
That's his natural accent?
I think it's his natural accent, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's been drilled out of him by, you know...
Yeah.
I think he's Ghanaian. Or he might be Nigerian.
Nigerian, I think.
Is it Nigerian?
I think so.
Anyway, yeah. It's like... Again, it's like... And some of these TikTok, these Scottish TikTokers were going, oh, you know, being black in Scotland, it's very much like, you know, as we were talking about, where are you from? Oh, yeah. Well, I'm from East Kilbride. They've all got Scottish accents. And it's like, that's what it is, you know.
But it's like other black people, right? It's not white Scottish people asking them, where are you from originally?
I mean, I'm sure some white people do it. But yes, probably more in their community, because we talked about that girl from Chicago. YouTuber from Chicago who went over to London, and she was getting from all the black community, like, where are you from? And it's like, well, America. And it's like, no, where are you from originally? You Jamaican? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And she was like,
I'm American. My parents are American. You know, it's like, oh, like,
she was like, oh, I've never experienced that. I've never had someone ask, like, don't you know
where you're from?
Well, no. She was like, don't they realize that if I'm African American, I probably don't know where I'm from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
no, they don't.
I guess they don't. I'm sure they realize it, but they don't think about it. It's the critical thinking thing.
It's the critical thinking thing again. Yeah, and it's kind of like slavery and stuff like that happened over here, obviously, and it happened in Britain too.
Yeah.
But there's also a recent immigration to Britain.
Yeah. Recent-ish, yes.
Yeah. Like the Windrush and all that, you know.
Recent in the last 75 years.
In the last 75 years, I mean, you know. And so they come, and then you know, they bring their culture, and that's their identity, and that's where they're from, and it's great. And, you know, they integrate as best they can.
But see, there you go. That goes back to what we were talking about at the beginning. Doesn't it? I wonder if they don't. I wonder, are people telling them, you're not Nigerian, you're British, you're not?
I think I think that would tickle them beyond belief, really. You know, if someone goes, stop all this Nigerian nonsense, you're British.
But
you
it's
know?
the same thing, isn't it? They've brought their culture with them. They've got their food that they are familiar eating.
Yes,
they've got their traditions, you know, and they be sure and hold on to those, because for whatever reason, even though you've left home, because you hated it, possibly, or whatever.
Because, you know, that
you still want to feel like home. You know
it's funny watching the black Americans go, oh man, you know, what do you guys do over there? What do you guys eat over there? Oh, you know, because it's weird for like, there's going to be a lot of white people going, what do you mean? What do they eat over there? They eat British food, I guess, and, you know, Scottish food,
roast dinners and
stuff like that. But it's like
curries,
curries and stuff. And then it's like they might enjoy all that, but it's like, you know, they have their own culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a few people going, oh, we might have to bring the food when we descend on Glasgow because it's going to be terrible.
Americans.
Yeah. And it's like, oh. And there was this one guy who was saying, people being surprised that black people exist outside of the US.
Yeah.
Is alarming, and it's because of our media. And I've been saying this for years. You know, because I've lived here. I'm like, yeah, it's a very isolationist media. It's just reporting on American things. In the United States.
Yeah.
Reports on American things, bigs up the American thing. It's like nowhere else exists. And if it goes, oh, it came from Germany, but it's American now. But it's like, oh, it came from Canada, but it's American now. You know?
Yeah.
It's the US now, USA, you know.
Being surprised at the character Cho Chang in the Harry Potter
Well,
movies.
yeah, you said that.
She's Asian and she has a Scottish accent. And she's like, they have Asian people in Scotland? It's the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Well, they do know, and the black Scottish TikTokers were saying, yeah, no, we get this in England all the time. So, I didn't know any of us lived up there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
From black people who live in England.
Yeah, and also white people who live in there. So, I thought you were all around London or whatever, you know? You're all from London or something like that, you know?
It's just people not thinking really before they, you know. And the thing is people are so, like, wrapped up in themselves. In what they're, and you do.
Everyone's wrapped up in themselves,
well,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, you do, don't you?
You can't stop and think about everything because, you know, it'll send your blood pressure through the roof and all that kind of stuff.
You have your own life, you have your family, you have your job, you have the stuff you're doing every day. You're not thinking about everybody else. And you know, it kind of goes, oh, well, that's self-centered. That's very, you know,
and that's what it is, you know.
It's just like, that's just life. It's like you're just doing you get in a routine, you're doing your routine, you're living your life. You're just not thinking about things. It's not, you're not stupid, you're not ignorant, you're not whatever. It's just like, you're just a bit caught up in your own stuff,
why I think there's so much, you know, like the engagement bait from Americans to like UK people. It works so well because they're tapping into that collective kind of, oh, Americans don't know anything. They're silly. They're stupid.
Yeah.
You know, look at how crazy their president is. Look at, you know, this kind of thing. You know, it's like, and, you know, it's like, so when they put up something like, I didn't know you guys had chocolate over there, or, you know, I didn't know you guys said chips instead of fries, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, yes, here, look at all this British stuff I'm going to inundate you with and stuff like that, and it's just kind of like, yeah, but they could find this on their own.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a few people go, okay, I'm bored with this now.
Well, the thing is I mean,
you can look. Google is free. You know.
This is what our whole. This is kind of where our whole
podcast,
our whole thing was born, right?
Yeah.
Like
the differences. Because when we started out, or when you and I got together, social media wasn't quite as prevalent as it is now. We single-handedly turned social media into the juggernaut it is today.
Yes, Google still existed. I could have Googled things, but again, what did we just say? You get caught up in your own life.
You get caught up in your own life until someone waves a chip in front of you and says, "This is a chip and not a French fry."
Well, as I've said before, I didn't have like
interest in it.
I didn't have any interest in it, so I just didn't know.
And I don't think most of these people do. And some, you know, that's the funny thing. It's like a lot of people don't have any interest in it, but it's so funny because it sparks an interest for some people who go, "Oh yeah," you know, like, because there's a lot of like creators going around, like the UK, they love it, you know.
Yeah.
They're just
American
creators, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're embraced by the population, you know. I'm not sure if it translates over here because, again, it's still very much a country that's don't care where you're from, you know.
Oh, there's a crowd that likes these British people who go, America.
There's a crowd, yes, but that, again, the British people are tapping into it, and, you know, there's several videos on that phenomenon.
But to get back to my point, I do think that even with social media being prevalent, even with all of these kinds of videos like being out there, that there are still some people who are just like, they're not on that side of TikTok, they're not, you know, looking this stuff up on YouTube, they're not engaging in this kind of stuff, so they're not seeing it, and then they are genuinely exposed.
Yeah.
And then everybody's suddenly going, oh, how could you not know that? Blah, 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 blah. Try this, try that, blah, blah, blah. I think there is still some people who are genuine.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, other people who have seen, oh, this is a niche.
This is catching on.
Yeah, this gets a lot of engagement. I'll get in on this, you know. Yeah. And they falsely go, I didn't know y'all had chocolate in the UK.
Well, I just picked up this little thing, and it's called Cadbury's.
Yes.
And I don't know what this is. I might not try this. Yeah. It looks a bit suspicious. I'm going to have to sniff it first. I'm going to have to try it first. I'll try it out on the dog first. Oh, no, the dog died. Oh, I can't eat it. It's terrible.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of, I mean, we're completely off topic now, but
no, we're not. we're very much on topic, aren't we?
I think some of it can still be genuine. Some of it is definitely like just fishing for engagement, and it's just like, it's fine if you want to engage in it, go for it. If not, you know, it's just all about thinking critically.
Well, yes, but a lot of people, you know, when they're just scrolling on TikTok at 3:00 in the morning.
You're not bothered to think critically. You just go, how could you not know we have chocolate in the UK, you dummy.
I didn't know. You know.
Yeah.
But yes, I think we're well over time with this.
Yeah, we're over time.
Well over time. We say
usual.
well over time, but we don't really have a set ending. We could go on for hours.
We could set something, and then when the bell goes off,
it's like, oh, That's it. We've got to shut up now. See you, bye.
We just have to stop talking. And that way, every single podcast is the exact same amount of minutes.
I mean, let us know. Would you prefer our podcast to be 30 minutes on the dot? Or
some sort of buzzer to go off?
It's going off to like 45 minutes now.
Some sort of buzzer goes off and we just stop talking then and there and say goodbye and...
Just stop talking.
Yeah.
Like we were just watching and just like that with the abrupt cuts at the end of every scene.
Oh, God. We've decided to watch this third season of And Just Like
Everybody hates it. It's been cancelled. Yeah, but we're watching it. And you liked the last episode. You were actually enjoying it.
Well, I mean, I think that I don't know, you said people were... I haven't really been keeping
People were absolutely hating it.
People were hating Aiden.
They were hating Aiden. They were hating...
And I was like, I mean, being a child of divorced parents, it's like, yeah, divorce is messy and it's awkward and it's uncomfortable and sometimes things don't go like you would want them to go, you know? So I think this, what was it, the second episode maybe of this show or the third?
Third, I think.
I thought that they were portraying the divorced Aiden situation quite realistically, to be honest.
But there was people like, nah, I prefer Aiden when he didn't have kids and he was Sex and the City man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely not like my favorite thing I've ever seen, but it's not as horrible as everybody's saying. It's like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's just fine. Watch. But you know, there's a lot of people on the internet who just love to hate watch, and that's what's generating.
Well, there are aspects that are like, oh god, but yeah. I mean,
oh god.
Anyway, we're off topic. So, thank you.
It was a little aside there.
As always, we appreciate your support. We appreciate you listening to us every week. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to give us a follow on social media. If you don't follow us already, we are at TButty, TEABUTTY across all socials. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support. We appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to everybody next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.